morning, everybody. So, I know a lot of people crap on dealerships. They're like, dealerships are expensive. Never go to the dealership. Don't talk to the dealership. Always try to supplement the dealership. Well, I've been having a problem recently with my baby here. And the problem has been that I have been getting cold air when I turn on the heat at idle. I investigated the problem online, found out there's a way to burp the system, and I intended to try that as a cheap solution before taking it into any kind of mechanic shop to further investigate it. So the engine has actually not been overheating. It's only been just blowing cold air. Every once in a while the gauge will go up to hot, but as soon as I start driving, it gets right at that middle point between hot and cold again. And so, the obvious first thing you check is the coolant to see what's going on with the system. Well, I decided to try the burp the system thing based on my symptoms, but the problem was I didn't know what kind of coolant to buy. So, there is a Toyota of Berkeley, and I went straight there in order to purchase the right antifreeze, which I have now. I bought this stuff. And I have to say, they were kind of awesome. They even gave me a discount. So, people have a lot of negative things to say about dealerships, but I think especially making sure your car gets the right stuff, even if you're buying parts or fluids independently, sometimes it's great just to go to the manufacturer, especially if you have access to them. And luckily, there is a Toyota of Berkeley, and so that's where I went. And I have no regrets about that purchase. So now what we have to do is actually, execute the steps. And even if the steps don't work, it's hey, I got the right coolant. I can fill up my reservoir. I can burp the system and investigate that first. And it's a relatively low maintenance, not terrible thing to do. And so we'll see what happens. It really sucks Toyota doesn't do cargo vans in the U.S. If you want to do Toyota as a full-time vehicle and not be in something tiny like a Prius, your choices are basically a Sienna minivan, the old Previa minivan, or to get a Toyota truck and put a truck camper on it. Which I've seen people do custom truck builds on Toyotas. But it just amuses me that they have basically a Ford Transit passenger van wrapped in Toyota. Because it clearly says Toyotas for less on the back and then has a little Ford symbol on the door. I mean, mind you, they've sprayed Toyota all over this thing, but it's kind of funny. All right, we got work to do. The best way to help me continue to grow is to comment, and if you want notifications about future videos, please subscribe. You can also join us on Patreon and follow me on Instagram. Looking forward to the next time I hang out with you.